illegal construction has been a problem here in Surrey since long time. And now some mayors try to tackle it, but then they withdrew themselves because this was a hot potato. Now you have started a new action that illegal construction must be stopped, or your city or your administration is registering against the title of the property. So is this process is going to deter people? What is your plans to stop or to do anything to prevent the illegal construction? What will happen to those people who have already made changes without the permit to their properties?
Well, if people have made changes without permits, they can remedy those situations. There is a path for them to do that. But what has happened too much, Harjinder, and the ones that we're actually coming to council are extreme cases. They are extreme cases that are putting public safety at risk, and we absolutely cannot tolerate that. So in 2022, we established the Illegal Construction Enforcement Team. And, I think it's really critical that we look at this from a public safety lens. This is not just about the person who wants to build a deck off the back of their house. This is, in the last case, this person almost doubled the size of their original house. They created a multi-story unit at the back of it, and they had 3 additional full suites. That's with electrical, so 3 additional 220 suites with stoves and everything else. They had locked doors, so there wasn't access. This particular house that we just looked at was a fire trap. It was a fire trap. There were doors that didn't have access. And we just can't tolerate that in the city. We have to put public safety first at every moment. But there's another part to it, Harjinder. If you bought a house, you took all your wealth and bought a house thinking this was going to be your home, and you found out that you had all this illegal construction that you didn't know about because it wasn't disclosed, you had no way of knowing. So we're not telling people they can't live in their house. We're not doing anything like that. We're putting it on their land title, they're putting it on title with the Land Registry Office so that they know if you buy a house, there is a stop work order on that, and there may be several. And I can tell you, the one that we just saw had 3 stop work orders. It had something like 7 different times that bylaws had to go and repost the stop work orders. This is not a small, like I said, this is not just a simple deck or, too much concrete in the front. It's not that. These are ones that are significant, and some of them have even built onto their neighbor's property. Their neighbors are complaining. We're not just doing this because, we want to go out and check on some houses. We're getting significant complaints from neighbors about what's going on in their neighborhood.
But Mayor, since long time, this illegal construction is a chronic problem. You were not even in municipal politics at that time when the illegal construction started. If you want to correct that, you have to demolish half of the city.
Well, no, there's some not demolish. Some of them can mediate their situation. They have chosen not to. So when they get a stop work order, they're supposed to contact the city and work through some of their challenges that they have to get to correct their housing development. So they need to do that. But it's not we live in neighborhoods. We have to live with our next door neighbors. We have to be good community citizens. And I agree with you. This has been going on far too long. But Harjinder, what's the option? Just to let it continue to go? We have taken some to court, and some people have been court ordered to take the whole building down.
But your administration is now publishing a phone number that neighbor can rat on a neighbor. That will bring more complaints. And what is your plan then? I mean, you're not going to demolish them. This was an extreme case. How would this registering it on the title will prevent this? What is the action? What will happen to the potential buyer then when they see there has been an illegal activity? Then they will apply for a permit. What's your intention?
Well, once it's on land title, that is the one thing that we can do quickly. So we are taking those legal measures that will protect future homeowners and hold our own standards that make Surrey a safer city. We know that fires are more apt to start in a house that has illegal construction. We know that. We know that we want our neighborhoods to be vibrant. We know that we want people to have proper garbage pickup. We know we want cleanliness. And when you see a single-family residential home add 3 additional units external to the original house, there's probably a basement suite in the original house, and then they add 3 additional full units to it, Harjinder, on a 5,000 square foot lot, that's unacceptable. And when that is happening and that hasn't been checked, there are fire hazards, electrical, plumbing.
No, I agree with you. It is hazardous. But when a potential buyer sees something registered on the title like this, that there is an illegal construction in this house, they're not going to buy it. That's going to impact the sales, impact the real estate activity.
Yes, but they deserve to know. They deserve to know what they're buying so that they can be informed, because otherwise they would not know. And it isn't fair to the new buyer. It's not fair to neighborhoods. It's important that people disclose when they've got that kind of illegal construction. And you know what, Harjinder, people know. When people are ignoring stop work orders and they are ignoring what the bylaw officer says, they're deliberately not complying.
No, you have a point that some people will rip it up. But problem is that would this impact the assessment of the property? I mean, how this notice can be removed then? If somebody say, okay, I want to correct my action, I want this registration on my title removed, what they have to do?
Well, and that's when they have to get in touch with the one that we just saw went very far. But what we're saying is, if you get a stop work order, stop work. Talk to the bylaw officers, talk to building, and they will help you walk through the process to get your permits and properly build that unit. But don't just keep going. Don't just ignore the bylaw officers. Don't run. Don't slam the door in their face, which is what has happened. People go and lock themselves away and don't respond. Make sure that you deal with the issue at the time. We have to make sure that this city is safe. We have to make sure that neighborhoods are protected, and that's one of the reasons we must do it. Harjinder, do I like doing this? Not at all. Not at all. I wish people were compliant. I wish people would do what's expected of them when they live in a community. And so we're trying to make it so that you have a stop work order, we'll help you get into compliance.
But Mary, you're not going to bring the bulldozers and demolish those properties who have illegally built their rooms or extended their property. Are you planning in the long run to demolish them?
No, not at all. Not at all. We are saying to them, you have to get into compliance. Now, if you've built over onto your neighbor's property, you're going to have a problem. That's a different, there's different levels of how far people have gone. But if this is something that can be remedied, and I think in most cases it can, then the city will help you remedy. But you also have to know that when we put the flag on land titles, that's all it is. It's a flag at the land titles office.
So I take it that you're going after extreme cases, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Anything in closing you want to say to the residents of Surrey?
No, I think that I hope everybody's going to have a great summer. We've had some downtime with the rain, so I've appreciated that. But I think that we're continuing on doing the things that we have to do as a city. As people know, we're continuing moving forward with the police transition. I know there has been a lot of talk, especially by some of the councillors, about what's going on, and I can tell you that that process is moving forward. The city has hired people. There's been a lot of misinformation spread by some of the opposition councillors, and so I want people to know that the transition, we are working on that. I want people to also know that I'm very excited that the Newton Community Centre is well underway in terms of the planning part of it, and I understand Councillor Nagra was out saying that it's a smaller site. It's not true. We are...
He said that it's not 25 acres.
Well, what it is, the site, the actual site of the actual facility is about 7, same as the other one. But the entire land base there, which includes the current arena and the other pool, the library, that is all going to be a great hub of activity, and that is a little over 20, somewhere under 30 acres anyway.
So what are you going to do with the other land, that Rona land then?
Well, we haven't made a fulsome plan for that, but, the city does own that land, and there's all kinds of great things we can do with that, from retail to housing to employment lands. We're still working on that, but that's something that we'll be also we'll be looking at. And, that's a great piece of property. It's right on King George, so its ability is endless there. It's also going to be right on the new BRT route, so it's a very, very good and very...
I hope you're not selling it.
Property. We don't sell land. We don't sell land. We only sell land when it's absolutely extra, like part of a road or something like that we didn't need. But no, we don't. Our council doesn't. Previous councils may have, but our council isn't selling land.
Mayor, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and coming time to time and addressing the people of Surrey. We really appreciate this.
Happy to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.